I love you.
How are you?
Oh. And then it's like, how can you not give him what he asked for? Look at him. Look at him.
What?
Okay, sit down.
Mommy.
What?
I want to help me. Mama.
Dang, I don't want to pay $100.
Mama.
What?
Mama.
Okay, you know what?
Mama.
What?
Oh, she asked me.
Ice cream. Sit. Hey, everybody sit. Okay, so this is why I like it, y'all. Cause listen, I'm on a budget. Y'all know my kitchen is gonna be pink. Should I go ahead and get this? I don't think this is the pink though that I have at home. I wish I would have known about this yellow because my kitchen would have been yellow. So instead, I'm gonna get this right here. Y'all, this budget running thin. It's running thin, y'all. But I want something to help keep me motivated to cook. Oh, what do they have down here?
Mama.
Let's see. Okay, that's not bad.
Mama.
This one's $89.
Mom, look
What?
at me. What? It's that.
Yeah, what's the difference? So that's a 12 piece and this is a 10 piece.
A ticket.
So we're gonna get this one. We're gonna get this one right here. Not for me. Y'all check out the new Stanleys. And y'all, I like the little baby ones. I like this one. Hey, sit.
Mama.
They got the little baby ones, y'all. $20.
Mommy.
These I don't really like.
Mama.
What?
It's the dog. Kitty. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Oh, these are not Stanley. Oh, here goes some Stanleys. The all black.
Meow. Meow.
If I was to buy one, because guess what? Y'all know Cam lost his. And I vowed to never purchase another one unless it's for myself. But if I was to get one, y'all already know how I'm coming. I would get this one. Yeah. I had changed my kids' pediatrics because the doctor that they had was 1 an hour and 30 minutes away, and 2, like, I was not really liking her energy. Yo, I have sneezed 50 times today due to the pollen and stuff like that. So just bear with me, and I look crazy. Oh well. But it's time to switch my hair, y'all. Y'all know I be in the beauty supply store. Stop, girl. Y'all know I be in the beauty supply store getting my $24 hair. So I know y'all think that I be spending boatloads of money, but I don't. I've learned how to choose really cheap hair. The thing about cheap hair though is it don't last. Like, you can do all you can to make it last, brush it out, spray it, whatever. It only lasts like a week or 2. What's so funny? So Dion did not go to school today, y'all, because there was an incident on the Friday before spring break where he ended up coming home with a gash on the side of his cheek. So y'all know me, I got to the bottom of it. I may or may not play the recording at the end of this so that you guys can hear what's going on. I like to tackle things head on, and I do believe that that's the reason why we as mothers, like, we don't really catch a break. You get what I'm saying? So this is why I always have to, like, hey, shout out to my single dads. But when it comes to co-parenting, the mother always go above and beyond. Like, I would love to enjoy my Monday, but unfortunately, you know, I was not able to. And did I have plans today? Yes. Did I have to cancel those plans today? Yes, I did. Why? Because I did not feel comfortable with Dion going to school until we actually got to the bottom of whatever is going on. So he's right here. I know y'all hear that tablet in the background. Ison is sitting right here on the bed. And so I'm gonna just talk to y'all real quick because I think that it's so funny. I looked at this comment, y'all, this morning, and I don't know if the person deleted it, but it just disappeared. But I'm so glad that I ended up taking a screenshot beforehand. So let me get my phone, y'all, because I want to read to y'all exactly what this person said. Okay, so those of us that parents, I mean, like really parent, like that means we're not editing videos. We're not trying to make our kids seem like they're perfect because it does not exist, especially if you have a toddler, and especially if you have a toddler that's on the spectrum. So let me get to the screenshot and I will upload it. So Donna Wright says he doesn't act like this at his dad's house, or at least he doesn't show it. You should just come back after his tantrum. I can't. Sorry, bye girl. He doesn't act like this at his father's. I beg to differ. Because there is a such thing as different environments. So there's more toddlers at my house than it is at the other person's house, right? So there's 4 kids here total versus there's 2 at the other person's house. I try to prepare, or you know what? I'm going to say mothers try to prepare their kids for the future to avoid certain things like getting your child or having your child arrested for not following simple instructions or directions. And sometimes fathers have a tendency of living in the moment, which is not bad. It only becomes bad when you can see certain behaviors getting out of control. Like when Dion cried for certain things, like a tablet or a cell phone. Dion has never had a cell phone at my house. I've said this several times that stipulated from the other person's house. Dion did not even get a tablet from my house until this past Christmas, for Christmas or either his birthday. So his birthday is December 29th, Christmas is 25th. So one of those, right? I have expressed to the other person that this is a concern in my household, that whenever he's told no when it comes down to a cell phone or a tablet, that he becomes extremely angry to where he hits. Not only does he hit me, he'll hit his sister, he'll hit his little brother, he'll hit Cam. So a lot of times fathers do what's easier for their household. When the mothers have to take on the real deal. So what you guys are seeing on anybody else's platform whenever it comes to my children, that doesn't exist. Yes, do Dion have good moments? Does Iceland have good moments? Yes. But majority of the time when Dion is here, he's screaming for additional food when he's already eaten, because when you are on the spectrum of autism, regardless of how high or low on the spectrum, you're constantly hungry, you're constantly thirsty, and it's not that you're really hungry or thirsty, but it's because like those are coping mechanisms, okay? And that's how he deals with certain things. The issue is when I give you that additional food and when I give you that additional cup of juice or whatever it is that you're crying for, when you drink it or eat it up and you ask for more and I say no, then that's where the issue comes in at. So Dion does have a tablet. He's on that tablet right now. Dion, he's quiet. He's fine. Now, what happens when that tablet dies? That's when the issue takes place. So I like to live for the future. I've learned not to live in the now. So 10 years from now, Dion will be 14. 10 years from now, I will be 42. 10 years from now, Dion's father will be 65. So the strength that Dion will have at 14 doesn't even compare to the strength that he has now. So now Dion doesn't get his way. He hits. He screams at the top of his lungs like somebody's hurting him, or he hurts other people. It could be his siblings or, you know, anybody that's near, right? So my father was 6'5". There's no doubt in my mind, because Dion is already stocky. He's the tallest one in his class. He's already solid. He's already strong. But kids that are on the spectrum, if you do your research, they are very, very, very strong. So I'm looking at the issues now with him being shorter than me, with him not being as strong as me, as him not being able to hit harder than me. Those are issues right now. But what happens when Dion turns 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30? I love you.
How are you?
Oh. And then it's like, how can you not give him what he asked for? Look at him. Look at him.
What? There is one coming.
Look at him. So that's the issue that I'm having. So I know it's very easy to get a kid or a toddler to be quiet by giving them a cell phone or a tablet or whatever the case may be. And please don't get it mistaken that you guys feel like what you see in a 15-20 minute video is what's actually going on, because there's been several times where my kids have been with their fathers and I have called them and they were both screaming in the background. But of course, you guys wouldn't hear that. Now, I've been more open and honest with you guys over here on my platform because I figured that it's just a lot easier to just show you guys the real deal than trying to fake it, because what you guys have witnessed is just an illusion. I love you too.
Yes.
You gonna be good today?
I love you.
I love you.
Yes.
I love you too.
Yes, mommy.
No. So Dion is very high functioning. So the issue is not per se him doing anything out the norm, like he doesn't have pica, anything like that. And I'm only saying that because I have seen certain kids with autism do those things. Like Dion is very high functioning. The issue is when he doesn't get his way. He cries until he throws up. Yes, mama. What's the matter? He cries until he doesn't get his way. When it comes to a cell phone, we don't have an extra cell phone around here. Like Cam, I just got him another cell phone because Cam locked himself out of his cell phone trying to hide it from him, and to the point where he couldn't remember his password. And I took it to the store. They couldn't get in it. They couldn't even reset it because they needed that password. And I wasn't about to pay $500 or $600 to take it to someone to actually unlock it. So what I ended up doing was having to order him another cell phone. Extra money that I did not have. Despite whatever y'all creating in your mind about my finances, I'm the only one that really knows my finances. You don't see me out here buying expensive things. You see me with the $24 hair that I'm getting from the hair salon, okay? That only lasts a week or two, which is why it is so easy for me to switch out my hairstyles, which I don't have to explain it. But $24 versus $150 or $350 getting my hair professionally done, or buying human hair, because I'm buying synthetic hair, which is why it's so easy to switch out. You're not seeing me purchasing a fancy car. You're not seeing me purchase fancy things for my home. Some of the things that I have purchased, like I just bought myself some bar stools for the kitchen island, because they need that. We don't even have a kitchen table yet. So whatever illusion that you guys are coming up with because I look a little different, let's not act like I've never gotten on this platform with my hair, nails, and makeup done, because that's how I originally came on this platform. You guys have seen me not really caring the past,
I care.
I'm going to say even the last year, because it's very hard to keep up with yourself. Whenever you have multiple kids, you have multiple responsibilities, you tend to neglect yourself. And I say, you know what? Hey, y'all will still see me with a bonnet on, with a scarf on, whatever the case may be. But once a week, y'all are going to see me actually looking nice. I'm going to have my hair done, my makeup done, my lashes done, and my Timu nails done. That does not mean that I'm neglecting my responsibilities.
I like you.
Okay. So, Dion, his level of autism is a little different. He can be really, really lovable, and he can be really, really, really mean. And we don't know what comes with being mean. So, and me as a primary parent, which means I have him majority of the month. I have him up to 22 days out of the month. Dion has changed tremendously. Dion has changed tremendously. Just 6 months ago, he wasn't even really verbal. Now, he's verbal. And I will never give credit to myself. I won't even take majority of the credit. You know, actually, me or the father can't even take credit for how far Dion has came, because Monday through Friday, he spends majority of his time at school. or in therapy. And I know that we have worked so closely together to have an understanding. So I won't even take me out of it, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The way that I have to parent Dion, I cannot parent him the way I parented Cam. Dion is on the spectrum for autism. He's very high functioning. So the way I discipline him is hard for me because I don't know how to be a parent to an autistic child. I've never had an autistic child before. So I do agree that I am going to have to take some parenting classes. So whenever you guys say things like, oh, you need to tell him to do this, that may not work for Dion because his understanding is different. Yes, do Dion know better in certain things? Yes, he does. Dion is very high functioning. Dion, turn it down. Turn it down.
Okay, Mommy.
You see that?
Yes.
But if I say, Dion, stop crying, you want to go sit in the room? He may say no and don't even know what he's even saying no to. He just have learned the word no because he did have the surgery on his ears, so he's able to hear more and he is able to understand a lot of things. But when people say things like, he know exactly what he's doing, he may not know exactly what he's doing. And he may know exactly what he's doing.
Oh.
It depends on what the situation is. So what I realized is when it comes to my autistic child, nobody else's, because I only know about my autistic child. I don't know about anybody else's. When you compare households, because how the other person run their household is completely different from mine, I truly believe, and I hope that nobody take offense to this, not even him, but I'm preparing my child for the future, right? You don't hit just because somebody tells you no.
Yeah, Mommy.
And you don't.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't scream at the top of your lungs just because you can't get your way. Because if I give you a tablet and I give you a cell phone and I give you constant food whenever you cry for it, when you're not hungry, when you don't need a tablet for one, let's sit and play cards, let's sit and watch TV, let's go over our ABCs and 1, 2, 3, stuff that you guys don't see that I have to like make him do, like color and stuff like that. What happens when you get an adult? Or what happens when you get big enough to beat all of our asses? You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, in 10 years, Dion will be 14. In 10 years, I will be 42. In 10 years, his father will be 65. So the strength that his father has today will not be the strength that he's going to have at 65. By the time that Dion is 21, his father will be, well, hey, get down, get down. So when Dion becomes 20, 21, his father will be in his 70s. So a 70-year-old man tussling with a 21-year-old boy that's going to be about 6'4", 6'5", right? Autistic kids are already strong. Like, kids are, you know, they have their strength. But when you have a kid that's autistic, they have this superhero strength out of nowhere that they could body slam you and beat your ass. So I would rather have Dion screaming at the top of his lungs now, maybe even talking to a psychiatrist that was recommended by his new pediatrician, because of how he acts when he cannot get a tablet, when he cannot get a cell phone, whenever you tell him no, or whenever he's redirected. Because sometimes I don't tell him no. I'll redirect him. I do what I can for my household, and let's talk about behaviors. Because of his behavior, Dondre is watching him because he's the older toddler, right? Now Dondre is screaming at the top of his lungs over every little thing. And Dondre speaks very good, fluent English. I will say that. Dondre, out of all three of my toddlers, obviously Isa's not really saying much, but she can't talk. But she not like talking as good as Dion, for one, and definitely not as good as Dondre. But Dondre is the one that don't have to cry for anything because he could talk full sentences, right? But he chooses to copy Dion because he's the older brother. Iceland is now getting where she's screaming at the top of her lungs and throwing up as well because she's copying the older brother, which is Dondre. So Dion does his own thing. He acts out. He shows his behaviors. Dondre is copying him because he's the oldest. Iceland is copying Dondre because he's the oldest. Nobody's copying Cam, obviously, because he's 12. He's playing video games that they don't even comprehend or understand, or he's on the phone or online with his friends. But I say that to say this. You don't have to come over here making it seem like the other parent is a better parent because it don't exist. It would be impossible. He don't have the kids enough. And I have let him know that he does an awesome job when it comes to Dion and Iceland. However, I do feel like when it comes to primary decisions as far as like my child seeing a psychiatrics, he may not see the things that I see with Dion because one, Dion is in a different environment. Like there's not as many toddlers. Like we're narrowing it down to one toddler that he's around versus 3 other kids. And sometimes Cam can act just like them. Like not as far as like the behaviors because he'll get popped in the back of the head, okay? But I'm saying like as far as like being like kitty and playful with them, running through the house and tearing up my house and stuff like that. Versus when he's over there, he does have his own room. He has his own bed. Here, he's sharing a room. He has his own bed here, but he's still sharing a room. So you can't hog the TV like, hey, let Dondre watch some things. That can make a person frustrated too, or especially a toddler because, hey, for 2 nights over there, well, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, you get to just do your own thing because Iceland's going to do her own thing. They're different ages, but Iceland don't know how to work a remote control. She does not know how to work a tablet. Here you have to share the tablet. You have to share the TV. You have to share the remote. So I can get it. I can get why you guys would think that Dion does do better over there with his father. I'm not saying that he doesn't do better over there. What I'm saying is what you guys see with the crying, whatever, that exists in this household all the time. So just because you don't see it over there in a 15-20 minute video, let's not get it twisted. It would be impossible because kids are going to cry. And if he's not crying, Isis is going to cry because she can't talk. So she has to still let you know when she's wet, when she's hungry, when she's thirsty. The bigger picture, the big picture is what's going to happen as we get older. Because I can see a major issue. If every time Dion cries, he gets a cell phone and a tablet to calm him down, that's going to be a disaster 14, 15 years from now. And there was an autistic child that went to jail for harming a teacher because the teacher tried to take something from him. And the judge did not care that he was autistic. The judge sent him to jail or prison for 5 years. So, I don't want you having any encounters with police officers where you're acting all outrageous and stuff and now you're in jail. Or worse, because autistic kids get shot and killed all the time because people don't realize that they're autistic. So, yeah, I can have him on t-shirts with the autistic symbol. Next month is Autism Awareness Month. Y'all already know what time it is. Every Saturday in April, we will be at an event. Not only just for Dion to support him, but for myself because if you don't have an autistic child, you will just think that the child is acting out. You have to also take into consideration, I have to also take into consideration, and even his father, that when you are on the spectrum for autism, your vision is different. When you get overstimulated, the room may be spinning. We don't see that. So when they're crying and stuff,
Mama,
what?
I want juice.
You want juice?
Yeah.
Can I finish this first?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, hold this for me. And when I get done, I'm going to give you some juice, okay?
Okay, Mama.
So, hey, he's fine right now. He's fine. It's just him and Iceland here, just like how it is at the other house. So, he may not be as riled up, but then when his playmate get here, Dondre, and also Cam, because Cam does run through the house with them a lot, and I have sat Cam down a lot, and I've said, hey, Cam, you know, they're looking at you, and I know that you want to play with them and things like that, but this house is not a circus, okay? The house is already loud and crazy and whatever else, so, like, if you can, try to make things easier for not only me, but for you, too, because I know that you don't want to hear the crying and stuff like that just as well as me. So, once again, I'm preparing him for the future, right? We're all getting older. We're not going to be as stronger, but he is. He's going to have, like, crazy strength, okay? Because, one, he's already stocky, solid, kind of heavy. He's going to be real tall, and he has autism. High functioning, mild autism.
Mama.
So, yes. I ain't trying to be like, it's a YouTube, what's his name, JB? He be over there beating his mama ass. Dion not gonna do me like that. He can do his father like that, but he not gonna do me like that. So if I can prevent stuff now, listen, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want you to think that just because you cry, you get your way. And that's not just him. That's with Dondre too, because Dondre do the same thing. But Dondre, you know, he's not autistic. Iceland is not autistic. So yeah, my little rant is over, y'all. I gotta prepare for this dentist appointment that I have Wednesday, where I'm not gonna hardly be able to talk. I'm gonna try my best to talk, but yeah. So I'm getting prepared for my jaw surgery that will be taking place March of 2026, and so it's a process, y'all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the continued content, and I just had to just like kind of break some stuff down to y'all, because I know how y'all can be sometimes in the comment section. I try to be as real with y'all. Like, you know, it's easy to film a video, and I've done it. I have cut out crying and yelling and screaming, but that's not authentic, and it don't exist. Like, I think anybody that has small kids will understand. So it's not a matter of trying to criticize someone's parenting, because like I said, when it comes to being a good parent, when it comes to an autistic child, I'm not a good parent, because I've never had an autistic child before. It's very frustrating. It's very irritating. It's very let's just take it a day at a time. Yeah. And speaking of that, like, and people be like, just taking it a day at a time. Do you think I'm gonna skip Sunday? Like, what you think I've been doing? You know? But I definitely need to take some parenting classes, and I'm not gonna be, because I know sometimes fathers won't really admit that there's a issue, because like with Dion being on the spectrum, I don't even think that his father has even talked to you guys about him being on the spectrum of having autism. And I don't know why. But every chance I get, like, I bring certain things to you guys' attention, because it's obvious. Like, you can tell he's very high functioning and things like that. But if you just watch the videos closely, you can tell that, like, you know, there's something going on. And so that's what it is. And I know sometimes fathers have a hard time processing that their child, that there could potentially be something wrong with them. So, like, as of now, he wants something on the tablet, and instead of him being patient, he's crying. So, do you want me to unlock the tablet?
Yes.
Dion. And then he just headbutted me.
No. No. No.
You want to try to act right now, because you know this camera on. Yeah, that's why you're going to be at this schoolhouse tomorrow. Quick. Alright, y'all. Let me finish washing clothes, washing my sheets, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.